Alright, so this is Andrew Kadoga and this is my channel. Today we want to look at several different types of live streaming equipment. We want to look at basically, I have a setup here with Cinelive C2S. I'm going to swap it out for you all to see it. We also have the vMix software. This is the vMix software here. Alright, and first we want to talk about the CineLive. This live streaming interface, where if you go on any YouTube channel, you would see a lot of tutorials that talks about the walkthrough or the briefing of the CineLive CS2 or C2S live streamer I should say. They normally refer to this as what you consider as the A10 killer. Yes, the A10 killer, yes. I mean, no disrespect for the A10 technology, Blackmagic, they're very good in whatever they do. But this, for somebody who have a smaller budget, you could also invest in what you consider as the CineLive C2S live streamer. So just going to just talk about it briefly. The numbers to the top is basically those would be live, and the ones at the bottom is going to be preview. You could use your auto, you could use a regular T-bar fader to fade in tape. One of the things I want to focus on is the menu, especially audio menu. Right, I'm in the audio menu now, and especially when you're integrating something like vMix. I'm just going to switch back to vMix so you'll see what I'm looking at here. All right, vMix actually takes in a lot of audio as the audio interface. As you can see here, it takes in a lot of audio. It could be audio interface, and what happens with vMix actually see the CineLive C2S as a USB input, like a camera input. As you can see here, you will see that there are SDI inputs here, and this one here, and together I've connected two SDI cameras and one HDMI camera. The HDMI camera is literally this camera here. I'm going to show you all the HDMI camera that I'm using. Alright, so I'm going to go to preview here and show you this is the HDMI camera, that this one here that I'm using here. Alright, I'm also using some PTZ cameras. So I'm going back to vMix software here, and let me toggle between vMix as well as my my CineLive live streaming platform, I should say, or the switcher. All right, and I also have what you considered as the IAV CAN's PTZ controller, which I'll try to put that into the camera footage. But for now, I just want to focus a lot on the audio interface, collecting audio. Now the thing about these, if you go to the audio menu, if I click menu and I go to the audio menu, right, as you can see here, there's a lot of inputs here under the audio menu, and each one of these HDMI or SDI inputs, as you can see as I scroll along here, you're going to see several options that considered as mixed audio, as audio follow video. Now default, it would be, click menu again, it will be by default here, it will be on audio audio minus video. All right, so if I go to input 1, which is my HDMI or my SDI 1, and I select it again, you'll see the option here showing up here, audio follow video, but I switch it off because I do not want audio sources coming from all the different types of cameras. So that's gonna zoom it on here a little bit here, so probably all you could see it, right? It may be a little difficult here, but I'll just toggle my camera to just make sure you could see at least a little thing on it. All right, so for those who are doing live streaming, especially if you're doing like a service, you yes, you could have several different audio coming in, like mixed audio coming in from each different types of cameras, but basically you would want only one audio coming in from your line input, which on this this switcher here, the CineLive switcher, it gives you an option here for to convert your two mic inputs, as you can see to the back of the CineLive switcher, and it will also give you the option to convert this either into mic input, as you can see here, right? And you could select the mode to line, especially if you want a cleaner type of audio. So basically, I had switch off the aux audio, like for example, if you have an HDMI connector for aux audio here, like if you have a PlayStation running or something like that, or some device that coming from, or some video feed that coming from a television or something like that, or PlayStation or whatever. So I switch it off. Again, if I want, I could go back here into this mode and select audio follow video, AFV. But I don't want that because I want to only have line input that comes in, and I don't want a set of audio being mixed. All right, because which means that every time you switch out into watch this camera, the default audio would pick up from that particular camera. And if that camera doesn't have a proper audio mic or audio interface, and whatever the case may be, sometimes the audio would sound bad. You want clean audio basically, so you're going to just select only the mic input, and all these other inputs that you have here on your what you call it, on your switcher, I would recommend just turn off all of them. Now PGM is basically needs to be on, right? Once it is on, this is where your main audio comes in from. So if you toggle it to off, you wouldn't hear any audio. All right, so this is on by default, so you select that one by default. Then the other option here, which is HDMI or SDI, audio follow video, you switch off that. You switch off also that for input 2, 3, 4, as well as the aux. You make sure that you have 2 mic inputs on line mode. So one of the mic inputs and line mode could probably follow music, and I'll just play some music in the background so you could see. Or this one here could follow your Rogue mic, like the Rogue mic that I have on my neck. Let me just switch back to, so I'm going to select 3 on my, because the mic input is number 3. Not the mic input, the video input is number 3 here. So I'm going to 3 here, it's going to switch here, and I'm going to use my T-bar. And as you can see that I have Rogue mics that are connected here, both left and right channel that I'm speaking into. The actual input, this is considered as mic 1 and mic 2. So what I did with mic 1, I selected a line input for proper audio coming from a audio mixer or something like that. And mic 2, and I'm going to switch back here now with my T-bar, I would have selected under mic 2, and I would have selected this as mic, right? As the default input as mic, as you could see it here, mic. Right? I also have a headset here that I could monitor my audio, a regular headset, a little cheap headset that I got from traveling on on JetBlue. The headset that is normally give you to listen to your little movies online and so on. But it's assisted because I'm hearing a lot of audio that is playing in the background, and I'm going to play some audio just now so you can take a look at it. So in mic 2, what I did is that I select the line input as mic, and in mic 1 I selected the line input as line because I want clean audio coming in from my mixer. So those who into live streaming and they decide that you want to buy the CineTreak, you could go online, and any tutorial going to show you how to work the CineTreak. They're going to do a review for you, they're going to do unboxing, they're going to tell you a lot of stuff about your fade, your chroma keys, and all this sort of stuff. But basically, you cannot find any one of them really explaining the audio part. So this is what I'm saying for audio. You have 4 line inputs for the audio. The inputs coming from either SDI or HDMI. What you need to do is to take off all of them, select the mic inputs, which is 1 and 2. One could be line input, and the other one also could be considered as I'm going to spray it out here. All right, and the other one could be considered as mic input. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fade into vMix now. All right, so I'm going to go to vMix software, which is a number 1 interface here. So I'm going to select 1 as my preview, and then I'm going to come out now to vMix now to show you how vMix now integrate with the CineLive CS2. So the good thing about the vMix software, all right, and let me see if I could just select my camera feed here on the vMix software. And what I'm going to do now, because it's directly on the vMix software, I'm going to go now to one of my laptops that's on the side, but you all won't be able to see it anyway. And I'm going to have some music playing in the background. All right. So I have some soca music playing in the background here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go now back into my CineLive, and I'm going to select this option. So I'm just going to zoom this out a little bit, the audio interface here option, and I'm going to move now to my mic input, which is on, and I'm going to bump up the audio a little bit, which means you're most likely going to hear it coming through the interface. As I'm hearing it in my headset now. I don't want to go into it too much. Alright? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just load down the audio a little bit. As you can see, it's being loaded on right here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So you can see that the audio interface is being loaded on right here. Alright? And this also now could go across now to vMix, because this is a good hardware switcher here. And with vMix now, I could do a lot of stuff. I could stream online. I could put up my lower thirds. This is one thing, and I'm letting you all know, vMix is the way to go when it comes to a powerful live streaming platform, where I would heavily recommend people who involve into live streaming, you actually use the vMix software, because there's a lot you could do with vMix, and you could always go on the vMix website for tutorials, and you could see a lot where vMix is concerned. Right, in terms of especially both adding your USB interface as a mic input, as you can see in other tutorials if you go online, and also the USB insert as an audio input that comes into vMix. As you can see, all the vMix audio bars that are showing up here, right? And I could set up my lower tiers. I could fade into different things with my vMix. As you can see the board here, I could do chroma key instead of actually doing the chroma key here in the mixer. The mixer also have a chroma key as well. I could do green screen work. I could do all my green screen work into vMix and just use my switcher alone just to switch from different cameras and to make sure that I have clean audio input. It's like that. Fading back on here. Want to get this what you call it, the Cine Live and the CineTreak C2S is a powerful switcher. A lot of people refer to it as an ATEM killer. You know, and the audio interface is very strong. They have a lot of features in it, chroma key, it have picture in picture. But the thing about it is that I like to integrate it with the vMix software. Right, vMix software, as I'm showing here, because with the vMix software you could do a lot with it. And as I always tell people, combine with AVCans, the technology for the PTZ cameras. You could always check them up online, as well as the vMix software from vmix.com and CineLive. They also have it, cinelive.com. They have different types of switchers. Well, yeah. All right, so this is my tutorial here and my feedback on the CineLive CS2 interface with the option for the audio. I just wanted to focus just on audio alone. So for those people who are having problems with the audio interface, you can subscribe, hit the like button, and drop your comments right underneath this video. Alright, so what I wanted to focus on for this tutorial here basically was just the audio part of the CineLive, right? CS or C2S, I keep on saying CS, but C2S switcher, because you can find a lot of tutorials online that will teach you about the unboxing, the review, and so on. But a lot of them don't really talk much on the audio interface and the integration of the audio interface exactly with your streaming software like vMix. So vMix is one of the streaming software that I use. I mean, it have plugins as well for OBS and so on, but I prefer to use vMix because vMix have that controllability, and it also have the plugins in order for you to actually bring the audio in very clean using a USB interface, because it shows up as a USB interface on vMix. So CineLive, known as the ATEM killer, if you have any issues with audio and so on with the CineLive, drop your comments right below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you for the next video.